Okay, today I'm going to be going over the basics of a boxing stance. I'm going to try to break this down as simply as possible. There's many different types of stances. There's many different philosophies on what's good and what's bad. But this is just something basic you can take and then tweak however you need to for your own style. Okay, so there's 4 things we're looking for in a good boxing stance. First of all, you got to decide which leg you want forward. Most right-handed people put their right leg in the back. Most lefties put their left hand in the back. But that's not always true. As we know, boxers like Oscar de la Hoya, who was left-handed, preferred to fight with his left in the front instead of in the back. And most recently, Vasily Lomachenko, who is right-handed, prefers to fight with his right in the front. So it doesn't really matter what your stance is, but you do need to decide so you can practice that. Okay? If I gave you a profile view and I was facing this way, when I get in my stance, it should be a little bit more than shoulder width. Toes slightly pointed out. I don't want my shoulders and toes pointed at my opponent. So if I was fighting you, I would not want my toes this way. I want my toes sideways. Okay, so I'll give you first an orthodox stance, which is cover right. So my right leg is back, my left leg's in front. These are the 4 things I want. Number 1, hands up. Most important is hands up. Okay, this is not hands up because my face is wide open. This is too high because I can't see, especially if I have boxing gloves on. So I like to go cheekbone level, or even at cheekbone level. If I don't ball up my fist and I open my hands, it's almost like I have the binoculars on, like I'm looking through my binoculars. Okay. Second thing is chin down. Now, this is what we call the button in boxing. This is where you absolutely do not want to get hit. You get hit here, it sends a message to the central nervous system. The lights go out, the knees buckle, and you get knocked out. Okay. Punch in the eye, yes, black eye. Punch in the nose, probably a broken nose, bloody nose, but you can still fight. Even punched in the mouth. Might get a bloody lip or lose a tooth, but you can still fight. Right here on the chin, along the jaw to the temple, on the ear, semicircular canal, you're getting knocked out. So tuck your chin down, protect it in between your shoulders. Okay? So number 1, hands up. Number 2, chin is down. 3 is my elbows are in to protect my body. Okay? I don't want to flare my elbows out. From the side, my elbows should be used to protect my liver, especially on this side. And in the front, I use my elbow to protect my ribs in the front of my body. Okay? I don't want to open my chest up like this. So 1 is hands up, 2 is chin down, 3 is elbows in, 4 is bend those knees. Okay, so 1 hands up, 2 chin down, 3 elbows in, 4 my knees are bent. This is my standard boxing stance right here. I can move around and shift my hands a little, but they stay up. They don't have to be closed. It's my boxing stance. Okay, Southpaws, and I like to fight this way too. I like to switch stance. Right leg's in the front, left leg's in the back. Feet are apart again. Give them half your body. Don't square up. Half your body. Okay, 1, hands up. 2, chin down. 3, elbows are in. 4, knees are bent. Could be here, or I could be here. But either way, I'm keeping my hands up, my chin tucked, and I'm shelled up, protecting my body. Okay, so that's your basic boxing stance. Now, once you're in a good boxing stance, you got to move your feet. I'm not going to stand right here. So footwork is super important. It's probably more important than even learning how to throw the punches right away. Okay, if you don't have good footwork, you're not going to have your feet under you. You're not going to be in position to throw good punches. You're not going to know how to get out of the way of somebody punching you. Okay, remember, boxing is half punching and half not getting punched. Or, as I like to say, hitting and not getting hit. Now, the not getting hit is super important because defense wins championships, and we want to make sure that we don't get knocked out, right? So, first is linear. That's forward and back. So once I take my stance, the mantra I say in my head is step, stance. Lead leg step, rear leg stance. Step, stance, step, stance. Going backwards, same thing. Linear is forward and back. The best defense I can do is maintain a good stance as I move. Okay? I give you from a profile again. Here's what I do not want to do. I do not want to walk. Definitely don't want to do that. I don't want to come out of my stance. So I stay in my stance, left leg lead. I lead with the front. Short, choppy steps, maintaining my stance. Okay, same thing if my right leg is in the front, I'll go this way, give you another view. Okay, I maintain my stance here and here. Okay, that's linear, going forward to attack or stop your opponent, going backwards to draw them in or to create space. Okay, it doesn't mean you're retreating if you're going backwards. Lateral movement, this is what we use to cut off the ring, especially when we get somebody in the corner, left and right. So I'm in my stance. If I go left, I step left. Step, stance, step, stance. If I go right, same thing. What I never want to do is cross. If I cross like this and someone punches, even if it's not a good punch, hits me on the shoulder, I'm off balance. Okay? Same thing for the Southpaws. From here, going to my left, left leg. Going to my right, right leg. Lateral movement. I would use this if somebody's in this corner, they're trying to get out of the corner, they run this way, I cut them off, they run the other way, I cut them off. I'm always moving and keeping them in that corner. That's my lateral movement. Okay, so linear, forward and back, lateral side to side. We got circular. Circular is kind of a heel-to-heel gallop. Okay, a lot easier to do with a partner, but this is kind of what it looks like. From here, circle this way. Circle this way. Maintain my stance. Okay, if I was in the corner, I'll show you Southpaw stance, and I'm here. The guy's pressing me, he's trying to attack me. I need to be able to circle out of the corner and then press him. Or I can circle the other way. I'm here. You guys coming in, circle out of the corner, maybe long guard, keep my distance, maintain a good stance. Okay, so that's circling. And the last one, which I think is super important for basic footwork, is what I call a quarter turn. Depends on where you go, they can call it cutting angles. Basically, my front foot's my pivot foot. I call it a quarter turn because I go 4 turns. I start to you, I'm gonna go 1, 2 behind me, 3 that side, 4 back to center. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I can do it forward. I usually parry with this hand, like if the guy's throwing a jab at me, when I catch and come behind him, angle this side, angle this side, angle here, and angle here. Okay, great to use if I'm against the ropes and the guy's coming in at me. As soon as he comes in, boom, quarter turn, let him come right past. Okay, or sometimes I'll circle out right here back on him so he's against the ropes. Okay, so for Southpaws, lead leg is always the pivot foot. So here, backwards, I'll go this way. 1, quarter turn. 2, quarter turn. 3, quarter turn. 4, quarter turn, maintaining my stance or forward. Here, nice for a hook, okay, especially to the body or an uppercut. So punch comes, boom, angle this way. Pivot on the front foot, angle this way. Okay, so that's basic stance, basic footwork. Everybody wants to learn how to punch. You got to learn how to stand. You got to learn how to move. Once you learn how to stand correctly, maintain a good stance for your defense, and how to move your feet, so I can move around this ring and be elusive, light on my feet, then I can learn how to punch. Okay, so practice your stance, practice your footwork, and then we'll work on punching next.